Hey everyone, Soundwave884 here. In this video, we're going to do a comparison time review of the new Studio Series 86 Bumblebee based on his look in Transformers the movie. Sure. Yeah, we're going to do a comparison here with all the other previous Bumblebees released so far. I guess since Siege. And then we got an oversized knockoff here of the New Age Bumblebee. This is KBB's Hornets Agents. And we're going to show off with other mini bots and just do a whole bunch of just comparisons to see if this Bumblebee is right for you or not, or if you prefer the original Netflix, which was kind of hard to find, but he's like a little mini masterpiece style Bumblebee, and the fact that he actually transforms into a Volkswagen. So we're gonna do lots of comparisons here. Alright, so first off, we're gonna take a look at the box and the box art. See right here, 86, number 29 from that series. Some more artwork here. Back 23 steps, get you all around. He does have a lot of steps. He's not overly complicated. There's a lot of things, a lot of a lot of folding and removing and stuff. It's sort of similar to the Netflix version in some aspects of it, but he is not parts forming, so he is all in one. Nothing has to be removed or anything like that, so that is really cool. So we see right here, Bumblebee is saved from the acidic insides of Unicron when Daniel Witwicky comes to the rescue. So this is what he's supposed to be based on. Now, in the actual movie, of course, he didn't have the black windows, I don't believe. But, you know, the cartoon, they usually have, like, blue shaded windows, that's a little cell shaded. They're blue because it reflects the sky. And that was the whole point of that. So it's based on his appearance in Transformers the movie, supposedly. And he also comes with the backdrop of Inside Unicron. The same one that's been used multiple times. We'll keep reusing them. Why print new ones when we can just reuse all the other ones? And of course, you're going to get your handy dandy instructions to transform him. And here's the figure. And yes, Bumblebee is a mini bot. He is going to be smaller than, say, your Bronze and Gears and stuff. And he's on par with the previous releases of Bumblebee and Cliffjumper. First thing I'm going to do is show him here next to his animation model. And the first thing you can notice is the missing blue windows. When Toy Hacks gets some stickers, I'm going to have two Bumblebees. I'm going to sticker one of them blue windows and see which way I like them the most. You can see with the chest piece being more like G1 than the previous Netflix version with the big square chest, it really throws it off with the look. It's actually turn him. It is actually closer to his animation model than the previous Netflix version was. And that's the whole point of Studio Series, is to try to nail that look. And I think they did okay. It's not perfect, and it's never going to be perfect because it has to transform. Alright, so this is probably going to be the main comparison of the video right here. Netflix Bumblebee versus Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. This is probably the one everybody already has in their collection. Not everybody, but people who got a hold of this guy probably have this one as their Bumblebee in their collection. This is the brand new Studio Series 86, and you can see right off the bat, pretty much about the same as that height. Both pretty wide, deep here. I can say they're about similar. He might look wider because of the way this slopes back, but he does have this big curve here. And his feet are longer from front to back. And he's got the bigger chest, though. Torso turned to the back side. His feet are wider this way. His feet are just taller. That could be bothersome for some people. The backs, neither one had a really great back. I mean, it doesn't look horrendous. It's not hollow by any means. It's just cars flipped one way, cars flipped the other way. Of course, this can be turned around and flipped the other way if you want it to be. And so, just showing you off there. And the main thing is the head comparisons. I've never really liked the head sculpt on this Bumblebee. His eyes are very dull in there. They are painted. It's very light blue, but the silver on his face is so shiny, it really stands out. This Bumblebee here has one of the better head sculpts I've seen on a Bumblebee. It actually looks like the cartoon. If it was a white face here, I think it would be really close to it. He does have this weird line going through his face, though. So this is probably your biggest comparison. I do like the torso here on this one more because it is more, you know, animation or G1 accurate because it's got the little window here. The window's on this side. The chest is facing down. The big window is facing towards his feet. Or here, the big window is up top, facing up. There's no window at all on the bottom. It just doesn't look right. Also, I don't like the orange coloring on the Netflix. I don't know if it's something to do with a license with Volkswagen or VW, because the Masterpiece has the exact same coloring as him. So it might just be some kind of deal with that. If they put him in that alt mode, he has to be this color. I got this. I really hate this orange. Doesn't really care for the head sculpt. Like the figure overall, though. He does parts form. People don't like that. You can take it off. This one does not. All-in-one transformation, which is nice. Bring in this Bumblebee, and they released this Bumblebee here, which is based off the Cliff Jumper mold. I think it was in one of those big packs. I'm not positive on that. I was like, if they could have done this and this color yellow, I would have been pretty fine with that. I would just preferred this to be this color yellow. Now I get this yellow, and this is even better. This is more of a bright, like banana yellow, and this one here is a little bit deeper yellow, and I like that a lot. This has the same head sculpt as that one, so I prefer the head sculpt in this guy. Now let's compare these two with some other Bumblebees. And before this one, I thought this one here was a good representation of the cartoon Bumblebee. A little bit fatter for the face, but not like the yellow part. But it's still a nice representation of Bumblebee there too. So the head sculpt on this guy, I really do like the blue eyes. The silver face, now the cartoon, he has a white face, not silver. So I guess silver makes it stand out a little bit more. I don't know. Coming down here, you do get the crotchets to be more reminiscent of how he looked in the show. I mean, you see right here, we have this on this guy. I do like this here. We get the Autobot logo on the chest, but not on the foot. A little gimmick here, because this slides down for transformation. You'll see it when I transform it, but we got to unlock stuff to get this to open. And then we can slide this down. You can see how the Autobot symbol is down there as well. So it's a neat little trick there to be able to do it in both modes. So I have the accurate representation here in robot mode, and then the accurate representation in vehicle mode. But in vehicle mode, we still get this on top of the car, which is not necessarily as accurate. Now, the Masterpiece Bumblebee did this differently with having this here. They also have this rotating top here, which then would have the Autobot symbol be able to rotate. So in robot mode, it's there, and in vehicle mode, it's not. Here are 4 mainline Bumblebees we've gotten. This one, I think it came in one of those big packs. I can't remember where this one actually came from. The Studio Series, the Netflix, and we have the Bumblebee Origins version, which I thought was really nice. It looked reminiscent, like a mix of Toon and Toy and everything. And we have the blue windows. The only one with the painted blue windows, and I really like that look there. That's why I thought he looked more animation, especially with the feet. But he has all the kibble hanging off because he has to transform into that UFO-looking thing. And with the Core Class Bumblebee right here, this is actually from the 2-pack that came with the exosuit, I guess, Spike. This is the Core Class versions of these. And at the time, I thought this one was really nice with the color of yellow we got here and the head sculpt. I thought this was the best cartoon looking head sculpt we had gotten. I think this might even rival the Studio Series 86 version. Camera wants to focus on both. Go ahead and get them. But yeah. They're both really good, and the color's yellow. This one actually has like a dark blue, like a metallic blue colored windshields here. But this one here is pretty much bumper. They just gave us a bumper head. This would have been bumper in alt mode. This would have been your perfect way of getting a new bumper, which is another character I see, or Bumble Jumper, however you want to call him. I see that coming out of this mold here as well. All right, so bringing in the KBB Hornets Agent right here, the oversized knockoff of New Age's Flipper, or their Bumblebee. This one has more of the Masterpiece style head. It's just done in the yellow, as known. The Masterpiece was done in the, it's that head right here. Masterpiece Bumblebee, of course, was done in that weird, ugly orange coloring, just like the Netflix. And so this one here does have the head. It does have the functionality where you can swap the heads out as well, but if you put in one from the the Masterpiece, you're going to have orange here instead of yellow, so it'll have a little difference in coloration. Now the KBB, I did add the sticker here from Toy Hacks. It's a nice little Bumblebee, lacking in articulation in some areas. You only have knees and hips. You don't have a waist swivel. You got ball jointed elbows. That's where you can get your swivel. Ball jointed shoulders. The wrist do swivel as well. And the head can look around that piece there, a little bit around. There's really no up or down or anything. So it's a okay Bumblebee in robot mode. It does have the overall look of the animation. You get the blue windows here as well. So it's a nice looking Bumblebee. I did do a battle of the bots between this one, and I had this one, I believe, winning. It's been years since I've done that. I think it's because overall you get a little more stuff out of this. This one here only cost me 15 bucks though, and I think it still has one of the best alt modes. And we'll take a look at that shortly. A few more size comparisons here. We have Studio Series 86 Brawn. We have Hound from the Autobot 5-pack out of Legacy United. And we have Earthrise, Voyager class Optimus Prime. So you get a sense of scaling going on there. There he is next to the buzzworthy Bumblebee Studio Series Cliffjumper. We get Goldbug, which is just the same thing from the Netflix Bumblebee with a gold coloring and the Goldbug head. And we get the Studio Series 86 Spike Witwicky in an exosuit. Because we all know we want to see these two together. Hey. Alright, on to more of the actual review of the figure. He does come with this weapon here, which is about the generic blaster. We see all of them with this. And it's nicely molded here. It does have a tab here that you can store this on his back right here. Also stores there in vehicle mode. But the blaster can store on his back right there. Articulation on the figure. You get a bicep swivel. Get a 90-degree elbow bend. It sort of locks into place there. It has a catch, and it catches. To get wrist swivels, my wrists are very loose. Especially this one here. Spins quite freely. There's really no up. There's no down. No rock on the head. But you can 360 that sucker all the way around. You do get a 360 waist swivel as well. You get shoulders. They're ball jointed out to there. And you can 360 that all the way around. You can see the type of plastic is a little bit more matte plastic here, like you get out of Magic Square figures. Black here for the windshields. Like I said, I'm hoping Toy Hacks will, I know they will, make some blue labels. And we'll put that there. I guess they didn't want to paint the blue because you got a little piece here. It's got to come off. I guess over time you might get some wear and tear or scratching of the paint. Get the little window up here. I'm glad they added that, which is something the KBB Hornets agent has. Now the Netflix version has that as well, but it's a lot bigger. It just looks backwards, like the chest is upside down, which it actually is compared to the way he actually appeared in the cartoon and media. And there to the hips, they are pinned in. You get a full split there. Upper thigh swivels. We get, once you get a bend there, so you get like a little toe rock. You get the knees lock in too, so they get kind of, they lock right there. So you gotta hold them to get them to bend right. Your ankle articulation is way up here in the shins, so you get your ankle tilts there. He's got big feet. Now that might be the thing. Overly big, possibly. I guess is something they had to do for the transformation gimmick. It just kind of reminds me of like Pat Lee's drawing in Dreamwave Comics when he gave them really huge ass feet. Now with his big, huge feet, he can balance extremely well. You can do these kicks. You see, he can keep kicking. Yeah, he's got good balance there. You can turn on the sides and balance him up. I think I gotta set him flat first. There you go. So he's got good balance because of his big, huge, honking feet there. So that's cool. So you can get him lots of poses. He's just, he looks good. He's better in hand than he looks in pictures. I wish I could kind of raise his head up though, so you gotta really get him posed out. Alright, so I'm about to transform this figure. If you want to skip over this and just see the comparisons in vehicle mode, I will timestamp it right now down below so you can jump ahead. I will leave you the time so you can jump to that time and watch just the comparisons of vehicle mode. But I'm about to transform this. I'm going to not talk over it. I'm just going to do the clicks and stuff, so it'll be a faster transformation anyway. Now, transforming into vehicle mode, there's a problem with the tabs always wanting to hold when you do the transmission. It tells you in the instructions to tab his feet together. Earlier on, they will untab as you try to do that little hinge in stuff. Also, there's tabs up and under the top here. Prepare for that to pop out a lot. You also got to tab his arms together. There's tabs right there. I didn't actually show that part, but it's very simple. You just peg those in. It's really inconsequential there. And getting these to tab in the back. A lot of times I tab these finally in, I'll end up knocking out the tabs where the feet tab underneath the torso. So he compacts very well here. It's just a lot of moving things around and hoping that the tabs will stay locked in as you're doing it. Now with him in vehicle mode, the gun has really nowhere to go except to be stored back here on the back. I'll say back here, actually, he just looks like Bumper in the back side, or Cliff Jumper minus the spoiler. You could say, oh, what's the name, hubcap. Just turn around. Now head on, it looks like Bumblebee. Just maybe a little bit too squarish here, but it looks just like Bumblebee. And yes, the colors don't purely match where they had a paint on the black plastic. The yellow there is sort of a Sunstreaker problem, but it's not as bad as what it was on Sunstreaker. It's just this line here, that there with the rearview mirrors on the sides. So otherwise, it's not that bad. But we at least get some painted tail lights. We get gray bumpers here. Nice wheels. They're pinned in, so they roll extremely well. So the gun can only store back here, so we can put that back here. Like that. So his gun just stores on his backside. Alright, show him off here next to his animation model in vehicle mode. Again, what's missing is going to be your blue windshields, because I'm not reflecting the sky. I'm reflecting a gray background anyway, so it's perfect for my room. But yeah, it still looks pretty good. Like I said, better in hand than in pictures. And yes, the square roof does throw him off, and how tall it is, how high it is. And the back is what really throws off the alt mode, just from the backside view. It just doesn't look like Bumblebee, but I think head on, it's a good Bumblebee. Alright, some comparisons in alt mode. We have the Studio Series 86 next to the Netflix, next to the Core Class. As I said, this is just Bumble Jumper, Bumper. I mean, just look at the front of the grill. As I said, this should have just been made as Bumper to begin with instead of Bumblebee, because it doesn't resemble anything like Bumblebee in the alt mode. It says Bumble Jumper. I can't say that name. Bumper. So that's your comparisons there. Now the Netflix is more, accurate to a Volkswagen Beetle than this one here. Of course, the original G1 Bumblebee was not accurate per se to the Beetle. It was just a like penny eraser version of a Beetle, so it was all smushed up anyway. We'll bring in the Masterpiece Bumblebee. You can see he's just like a bigger version of the Netflix in alt mode. Throwing in G1 Bumblebee, you can see right there, he has the black windows, which is, I think, what this is actually aiming for, like a mix of toy and tune. And he's going for more of the black windows there. Again, we have the smaller alt mode, very similar in the size and the way it looks there. Now it's the back end, which is going to be totally different than this. So that's where that actually fails, is in the back end of the car. And next, the KBB Hornets Agent, their version of Bumblebee. See, I think this one here nails the look really good in alt mode. We got the correct color windshield, if you want to say that. We got it looking more like a Volkswagen. You can see that they try to get that here in the legs and the feet area, but here they really did nail the look of it there. The black bumper sides, and here's where it really shines, is in the back end and the side. You can see you get the more rounded, and we get that spare tire thing here. This is somewhat rounded, but you get a gun and big huge tail lights instead. So I think this one nails the alt mode really good. Now the wheels are pinned in, I guess, but they're really thin plastic. They roll fine, but these will move and fold in on you very easily. I think for vehicle mode, why I like this one, I think this one here is still tops, and I think it's even better than the Netflix version, if you're going for a more animation accurate looking Bumblebee. Alright, some comparisons here. We have Studio Series 86 Brawn, Earthrise Cliff Jumper, and Legacy United gears. And throwing in the Studio Series 86 Ironhide and Earthrise Optimus Prime. So final thoughts on the new Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. I actually really do like it. I think the alt mode is fine except for the back end. Otherwise, it rolls extremely well. It's got the pinned in tires. A little more quality there. Of course, I think the Netflix had pinned in tires. No, they're actually snapped in. But I didn't really have a problem with that one rolling. This one looks really good. I think getting the Toyax labels will help spruce it up even more. It does fail on the back end of the vehicle mode. I think that's really the only spot on this figure that fails. I think the robot mode is pretty good. I love the head sculpt better than the Netflix version. I like the color of yellow better. I think the chest is better. I think everything's better. He does have awfully big feet, like height-wise, not like width or lengthwise, just the height of the feet to the shins. Really big, but I think it's because of the transformation. It's probably something they couldn't really get around. And I still think it was a good engineering thing they did by trying to have this, or not by trying, by doing, they had this visible in vehicle mode, but not in robot mode. So yes, if you don't have the Netflix Bumblebee, I would recommend this. He's supposed to be around on shelves. He's like an A-class or A-list version. So once he hits like Walmarts and Targets, he's supposed to be like in stock. So you're not supposed to really miss out on this Bumblebee, unlike the Netflix. Now, if this one isn't your flavor and you can't get a hold of Netflix, you can try to look online, because I've had this guy for a while, and maybe you can get a hold of this KBB Hornets agent. His robot mode is not all that great. It really shines in vehicle mode. Anyway, thanks for watching this long-winded comparison time review of the new Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. Will you be adding this Studio Series 86 Bumblebee to your collection? Let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, thanks for watching. Until the next ones. Peace out.